Hi, so today we're going to be talking about how to influence the adoption of test-driven development in your agile team. I mentioned agile team because irrespective of whether it's a Scrum team, a Kanban team, or an extreme programming team, it doesn't matter. Introduction of change is introduction of change. As a matter of fact, it's about introduction of change and not just test-driven development. Test-driven development is like the use case that we would use to show how you can introduce change at the team level as a Scrum Master or a team coach. If you are a safe Scrum Master out there, you must have come across the information that Safe 6.0, you now refer to Scrum Masters as team coaches as well to emphasize the importance of the coaching stance of a Scrum Master. So, when you think about it, the deeper meaning about how to introduce a change in your team is actually how do you remove resistance to change at the team level because organizations don't really change or teams don't really change, individuals change. So that should be very much emphasized. It's about change at an individual level because individuals make up the organization. So my name is Christus and welcome to my channel Everything Agile, where I try to share my knowledge on agile concepts to all Scrum Masters out there so you can help them to be successful as Scrum Masters on their team and to their organizations as well. Last Saturday, I talked about the software development life cycle, and which is basically 7 steps. Just as a recap, the first being requirements gathering and analysis, and the second being planning, and then the third being design. For example, UI design, where the team comes up with various design options and socializes that with the stakeholders or the clients for them to choose and approve of it before you can move on to the fourth stage, which is the development phase after the design is done. Then, of course, you do the testing, and then you move on to the integration and the deployment of the code to production. And then, of course, the last phase, which is the maintenance phase. So, coming back to our topic of introducing change, particularly or specifically test-driven development at the team level, I read this very interesting article by Paul Lawrence in an article he released in 1969 in the Harvard Business Review. He actually talked about change having two aspects to it. The first aspect being the technical aspect of it for a software development team, and the second aspect of it being the social aspect. So, as a change agent, you should have in mind that, for example, those are the aspects you are going to face before you can enact the change. So, coming to the technical aspect of it, are they technically capable of performing test-driven development? Is there anyone on the team that has done that before? Is there anyone belonging to another team in the art or in the organization that has done that before? Is there some history? Because you have to try to sell that to the team. So if there's someone on the team that has done that before, that might be easy. But if there's no one on the team that has experienced test-driven development before, then you should have at the back of your mind some training program or plan. Okay? So then the social aspect of it, again, individuals, you change individuals and not teams. So as a tester or a QA, you're looking at your social status in the team. Will this change affect who I am or my style of work? How will it affect me? So you have to kind of forecast those kind of aspects and see how you can plan against convincing them that it will only get better or it's not going to change their status as testers or anything like that. So you have to think about that as well. Then of course we're talking about test-driven development, by the way. So it's important. Let's discuss it. What is really test-driven development? Because it is uh, an engineering practice, an extreme programming engineering practice. So test-driven development is just all about this development style where you have testers who that write the test cases before the developers can write the code to pass the test. So testers write the code, write the test, the test case, excuse me. Developers write the code to pass the test, and then if it passes, the testers write another test, and then they now move on to the developers now move on to writing the code again. But if the test fails, then the developers have to either modify the code or just write brand new code. Okay, so that's actually test-driven development, which comes with a lot of advantages, and that's what you have to sell to the team. So you should sell success stories. Are there any other teams in the art, if you're in a safe environment, that have implemented test-driven development and they are successful? Then you have to share that kind of success story with your team to say, hey, according to the bug report of team ABC, the number of bugs reduced by this percentage because they implemented the test-driven development style of writing code. So of course you're going to also tell, especially the testers, that it's going to save them some time writing test scripts, because if they're writing the test case ahead of time and the developers are just writing according to the test, then you discover that rather than wait at the end of the code writing before they can write the test case, it's going to reduce the number of test scripts they're going to write. So it's going to save them some time. So you actually sell that to them as well. Then of course there's higher quality code, because with the aspect of developers doing the test and with the testers writing the test cases and developers writing the code, there's that regular revisiting of what the user requirement is actually all about. So the developers can easily ask the stakeholders or the PO if they need any clarification on any code. So it leads to higher quality code. Then it's very easy to add new functionality and new tests down in the later stages of the development lifecycle as well, implementing this test-driven development style. And then the code base is very flexible and easy to also maintain. Then again, as I talked about the status that really doesn't change. They're all at team level, they're all developers. So it's not like that change would cause someone's authority or to drop or anything like that. So at this level, the change is easy. All right, and that's it. So thank you a lot for watching this video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Give it a thumbs up and turn on the notification bell so that when I release content as such out there again in the future on Saturdays, you're not gonna miss out on it. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.